In today's video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into all of the maps we could be seeing in the mid-season 3 update for Black Ops Cold War. We're going to look at leaked maps, maps that are being teased in the game right now, some zombie stuff, a buried remake being teased, a lot of stuff to go through here in today's video, all about future DLC maps. I want to thank you guys. We are now only 400 subs away from 74k, so growth has been insane recently. Thank you so much for that. If you're new, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If we can go for 800 likes on the video, I'd appreciate that so much as well. Let's get started here. A bit of news today. Look what we got. Finally, the season 3 gameplay trailer. It's very weird how they marketed this new season. Usually before a new DLC update, we get a gameplay trailer at least a week before the update actually comes out. This time around, it was several days after the update is already out, the season's already out, the maps are playable, so I really don't even know why they even made this trailer. I originally thought that they were delaying the trailer and pretty much all of the other marketing that they didn't bring us for season 3 because they didn't want to reveal and spoil a bunch of the Warzone storyline, the nuke event, and all of the good stuff. But as you see in this gameplay trailer, there's pretty much no mention of Warzone. At the end, you have a little shot of the intro cutscene for season 3 where Mount Yamantau is blown up, but that's not really related to Warzone. The Warzone nuke event was a different explosion. Mount Yamantau, I guess, kind of is related, but not really, so they could have still posted this trailer before the season actually came out. It's not a big deal. I feel like I'm making this a big deal. It really isn't, but I do prefer to see some marketing before the season comes out. It gets me hyped. It gets a lot of people hyped. Let me know down below, do you care about this? Again, it's really not a big deal at all, but I do like a little bit of marketing, a gameplay trailer, some teaser images, some teaser videos. I love all that stuff, and I also like surprises too, so I don't mind them keeping some stuff as a surprise when the season first comes out and we don't know about it. That's cool as well, but for the future seasons in this game, hopefully they do actually have these gameplay trailers a week before the actual update comes out like they normally do. And let's go through here now all of the maps we could be seeing for the next update. Now, I'm going to include some maps that we could see in later updates as well, because obviously we're not going to have like 8 maps in Season 3 Reloaded, but a bunch of these maps will be included in the next update. So I want to cover everything here from multiplayer to zombies. But to start off here, there are some teasers in the game right now for Grid. A bunch of people have been talking about this. Grid is a Black Ops 1 multiplayer map, super iconic. A layout of it was remade in the new Outbreak map Duga. Now, it's not the exact same look as it was in BO1, but generally the layout, a small portion of it, is brought into Duga, which in my opinion is pretty cool to see. Some people I saw were actually a bit annoyed and were saying that Treyarch, they're reusing assets again and again, and I really don't think it's a big deal. This is just a little callback to the BO1 map, and it really doesn't look like Grid at all. It's kind of just the same layout, the same building, but it really doesn't look like the MP map that we saw back in the day. And I'd even bet that a lot of people don't even know this area is a remake of Grid. I bet you a lot of people don't even know that Grid was ever a multiplayer map in BO1. So it just goes to show you, usually people in the minority seem to have the loudest opinions, and most normal people probably don't even care that it's in this map. But that's not even the point of this. Could we see Grid brought into Black Ops Cold War? I think it's actually very possible here. They did develop it for this map. It doesn't mean that they're going to do it for an MP map, but this could easily be one of the Black Ops 1 remakes that are brought into this game. We haven't seen any as of yet. They've been mainly focusing on BO2. We already know we're getting Standoff for around the mid-season update time for Season 3, and with Season 2 not having any remakes, I could easily see at least 2 remakes during Season 3, whether it's before or after the mid-season update, and Grid could definitely be one of them. I would love Grid, also because we haven't really seen it remade in the previous COD games, at least not more than we've seen Firing Range and Summit and Jungle. We've seen those maps so many times before, all BO1 maps, and by the way, those are also leaked to be added to Black Ops Cold War multiplayer at some point in the near future, although we had recent rumors and leaks that those maps would be saved for later on in the life cycle of this game. So really, the remix coming up very soon, the remakes for Season 3, the rest of Season 3, Season 4, and Season 5, we don't know what they could be, and Grid could easily be one of them there. So let me know down below, would you want to see Grid as a BO1 remake in this game? Another teaser here found on Reddit, I'll leave a link down below, on the new Duga Outbreak map. It's for the Black Ops 4 multiplayer map Seaside, which is super interesting. Why is Seaside being teased or showcased in this little area? So it's not like a full-on Seaside remake. This guy is just zooming in and it's on some type of newspaper, but it's a really interesting teaser. And you guys know Treyarch likes to have these little teasers here that tease at bigger things in the future. So theoretically, could we see Seaside from Black Ops 4, their last game, return as a remake? I think it's super unlikely, but it actually would be really cool because Seaside was actually a really fun BO4 map. I don't know how many of you guys actually enjoyed or even played BO4 multiplayer. I didn't play it too much, but I did know how good of a map Seaside was. It was really fun to watch, especially for competitive Call of Duty. I remember so many crazy clips here. I'll probably show one up on screen of Optic Dashy getting a 4-man on this map. Like, this map made so many insane clips for this game. It was super hype. So for competitive, it would be really fun, I think, for a lot of people to actually play on this map in Cold War. And also for casual, I think people would generally enjoy to see it as well. The problem is here, we haven't even seen BO3 remakes start to be added to the game. So there's no way they're going to start bringing back stuff from literally the last Call of Duty we had, BO4, at least from Treyarch. But who knows? You never know what they're gonna do. And if this is relating to Seaside being a part of a future Outbreak map or maybe a new location on the Warzone map, that would be pretty cool that we talked about it here and we pointed it out. So definitely shout out to that guy on Reddit for finding it again. Link to him is down below. And the next thing here, Summit. Now, the new point of interest in Warzone. It's a very loose interpretation of the map here. It's nothing really like Summit in the fact that it's snowy and you don't have the whole Summit vibe, but a small portion of it. You see what they were going for there with Summit in Warzone. They didn't want to make it too outright like a remake, but they wanted to kind of call back to that map. The thing is here, Summit was already a map, a part of the list we talked about earlier of remakes coming to Black Ops Cold War. So this teaser here in Warzone, it doesn't really help us because we already kind of knew we would see this map in the game. I love Summit, a classic map. Really fun. Again, we've seen it so many times, but I think it would be a good addition to Cold War, even if we do see it yet again. I would expect to see that map added to the game very soon, potentially as soon as the Season 3 Reloaded update. But the thing is here, would you want the map to be the exact same it was back in BO1, or would you want it to be a bit different, maybe like Warzone without the snow? I think most people probably wouldn't like that. I think they want the snow. They want the same thing here, and it seems like the remakes that they add to Cold War right now, Express, Raid, Standoff is coming soon. They all look like the OG versions of the maps. They're not really changing them or reimagining them. So probably here, if they do add Summit very soon, it's going to be the exact same look that we saw back in BO1. So let me know your opinions on that down below. The next map here we could be seeing in the Season 3 Reloaded update is Echelon. Now, Echelon has been talked about for so long now. There's been leaked gameplay since before Season 1 out. There was leaked gameplay of Apocalypse and Echelon. So we already saw Apocalypse, and Echelon is coming really soon. It's already fully developed. It's already ready to be released, and we had some recent rumors as of only like 2 weeks ago that told us that Standoff and Echelon would be added into Season 3. We have confirmation for Standoff, so most likely we'll get confirmation for Echelon very soon. The map supposedly takes place on top of a skyscraper. We don't know what vibe they're going for. Is it going to be similar to High Rise? Maybe similar to the BO2 map Vertigo? Let me know down below in the comment section if there are any other city, building, skyscraper type multiplayer maps in past Call of Duties that Echelon could kind of resemble to, or you would want Echelon to look like. So again, that could be coming really soon. Very likely that that's mid-Season 3. Now to move on to zombies. Now, the first thing here, Berlin DLC 2. When exactly is it releasing? Now, we've been talking about in the past couple of videos how Craig Houston said that the next round-based zombies map in Cold War could possibly release in Season 4. Now, possibly could be analyzed as, okay, maybe they mean before Season 4, maybe they mean at Season 4, the beginning, maybe even after Season 4 Reloaded. Maybe he's saying possibly because maybe they're expecting it to be Season 4. It could be Season 5. Like, we really don't know what exactly that means here. Most likely it is releasing at the beginning of Season 4, but they could easily release it earlier than expected. Think about what they said back a couple of weeks ago. There was an interview with Activision, and they were saying they were already developing Season 6 of Black Ops Cold War. So it doesn't seem like they're even working on Berlin anymore. Berlin is complete, so there's no reason as to why they don't know when they're releasing Berlin, unless they're just waiting on Activision orders. Pretty much the game, the map is done. They're already almost done with Season 6 probably, so it seems like here they could easily pull what we saw with Firebase Z, where at the beginning of Season 1, Treyarch had a studio broadcast where they said the next zombies map would be releasing at the beginning of Season 2, but they surprised us and released Firebase Z after Season 1 Reloaded. So same thing could happen here. They're saying Season 4, but really they could actually surprise us, give it to us Season 3 Reloaded. And also what we saw with Firebase Z was that the map was announced and revealed on January 14th when Season 1 Reloaded first released, but didn't release until about 21 days after on February 4th. For the zombie storyline right now, we know that the Outbreak main Easter egg has to release first before Berlin releases, just based on the actual Dark Ether story and the events that are occurring there. So the Outbreak main Easter egg could release and go live at the start of Season 3 Reloaded, but just like Firebase Z, Berlin could get announced and revealed at the Season 3 Reloaded roadmap and release date, but not fully released and playable until a few weeks later after everyone completed the Outbreak main Easter egg and after all of those storyline events have ended. So that would make perfect sense here, and I could really see that happening a little bit earlier than Season 4. Why not? But again, we're still waiting a while for DLC to Berlin, and it still does suck. We should already have the map by now, but at least maybe we get it a little bit earlier than we were originally expecting. Last thing here for zombies, this isn't a Season 3 Reloaded teaser, but it is a recent remake that was teased in the Warzone map. Buried could be teased here. In the new Verdansk 84 map, you have a bunch of different things. You have these ghost town buildings, and you also have these different mine shafts. Those are unfortunately closed off for now and may be used for an Easter egg in the future, but this is very similar to what we saw back in Blackout, the ghost town point of interest in Black Ops 4's Blackout, which below is actually a remake of Buried. This is super cool. I'm probably going to make a separate video on this because I haven't really talked about this too much, but here, this could be a really big teaser here. And once these mine shafts are opened up in Warzone, if that really is a thing, if there's a future Easter egg for that, it's very likely that maybe down below Warzone, another Buried remake is there, or at least some type of similar teaser to a Buried remake. The buildings, at least above the ghost town there that we saw in Blackout, those are super similar as well. If you guys didn't know, they kind of remade Standoff and turned it into a ghost town theme, and then below Standoff you had the Buried remake. So really cool there. If we could see anything like that in Warzone now, that would be super cool. And if it does relate to a Buried remake coming to zombies, that would be really sick as well. Again, a Buried remake probably wouldn't release during Season 3 Reloaded. That would be kind of random for it to release before Berlin and at the same time as the Outbreak main Easter egg, but you never know. Maybe they really are down to do some surprises here. That would be the biggest surprise of all time, and I think a lot of people would be hyped to see that. But most likely, if and when we get a Buried remake, that would be the last thing we see for the Cold War DLC season, probably Season 6, or maybe even after that during a potential Year 2 of Black Ops Cold War DLC. But that's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a comment down below, Season 3 Reloaded. If you watched the entire video, it is greatly appreciated. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.